Kau tidak takut mati kah sana? Tidak. Ini di atas yang tengok ini. Kalau bukan zat tujuan, nanti mau tolong juga. Anda juga mati sana.
Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. You are watching Agenda AWANI, and I'm speaking English today because I'm always proud to speak in English, especially with the eastern side of Malaysia, those from Borneo, Sabah and Sarawak. Today, I'm going to look at Sabah, and I will always apologize for not being able to speak a lot more about Sabah and Sarawak, but it's so far away. So when I get the chance, I will not let it go. So today, I'm going to introduce to you 4 very, very powerful ladies from Sabah. They might be the land below the wind, but they are soaring so high, it's so hard for me to catch them. But I managed to do so today. So I'm going to introduce them in pairs. Closest to me will be Dato' Aminah Ambrose. She's the Madam President. I will introduce the association later. And then I've got, what I want to say is, it's ladies empowerment in Sabah, but Sabah is so far away, but they have come over to this side of the world. And now I'm going to introduce the rest. Maybe Dato', you want to do the honors?
Okay.
You want to introduce your committee member?
Thank you.
Yeah, in pairs. So you, I have done, then next one, and then the other 2.
Okay. On my left is Datin Jeanette Tembakau, past president, and currently she's the head of the community development and also the organizing chairperson for Barefoot Project.
That's the formal way. How do you introduce her? When she goes to a meeting, she's the loudest, or she works the hardest?
Jeanette, she's happy-go-lucky.
Yeah. So you're lucky to have her.
Yes, I am very thankful and very blessed to have her. Yeah.
I don't want to introduce the next 2, because one of them makes me feel so small. She can lift weight 10 times what I can lift. But you please go ahead.
Okay. And then on next to Jeanette, Datin Jeanette is Siti Damsal.
Okay.
She's the treasurer of Swepa. And also,
treasurer means she's very tough on other people. Whoever wants to ask her for money.
Yes, and she's also the organizing chairperson of our installation and charity dinner, which will be held on the 22nd of October.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Last but not least.
And on my very end, last but not least, Nini Chong, head of business and training in Swepa.
Okay. So these are your key 3 pillars of Swepa.
Small.
That helps you to move on.
Yeah, actually there are more, but we
these
have
are your
only
best,
3 so far.
Okay, I want to go straight to the point here. There's a lot of NGOs, a lot of associations, a lot of lady entrepreneurs nowadays, even in this side of the world. But it was a few years ago, I met this very humble gentleman from India, and he amazed me because when he went on stage, he was talking about everything else, but where he came from. And I had studied him because I had to interview him after that. And he came from very prestigious and well-to-do family. But it's like he has forsaken all that, and he just chose to go inland into the, into the rural areas of India. And he wanted to help the poor, not by Ivy League university education, but by appreciating and building the nature and the people themselves. So I guess now great people always have this synergy and they always meet. So now Sanjit Banker Roy, the founder of Barefoot College, has linked with Swepa. You can start with that because there's no way that the government alone can go into the very deepest part of Sabah and network everybody as fast as they can. Still would not be fast enough for the people. So I think this is where Swepa is coming.
Yeah, we are very thankful that through meeting with Banker Roy, he came to Sabah and he went to Kampung, our first barefoot project, solar barefoot project at Kampung Sungai Magandai in Kota Marudu district, and he handpicked Tarihing to be the first solar grandmother.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of the naive people like me from Malaya, as you like to call us, wouldn't even know where that kampung is. So can you describe to us? We would know KK.
Yeah.
So how far is it from KK? How do you go there?
Kota Marudu is about 3 hours from Kota Kinabalu.
By car?
By car, yeah. And then by road. And from Kota Marudu to Sonsogong Magandai is another 5 to 6 hours.
I see.
And horrendous road condition.
I think Astro, as a group, has gone there. before to help network also. But tell me the people of Magandai, tell me the hardship that they have to face every day, and then we'll talk about what Swepa is doing to help them.
Okay. Firstly, to go to Kampung Sungai Magandai, Sonsogon, you have to pass one river.
Okay.
And
No
there's no
bridge.
road, no bridge.
Okay.
And you have the car has to go past the river, and sometimes it reaches the level of the window.
I see.
Yeah, so you need a very good driver. We are thankful that we have collaborated with the four-wheel drivers that help us to go there.
Anyone else wants to pitch in?
Yeah.
Please.
Kampung Sosongan Menggandai actually is one of the poorest village in Sabah, where most of the people are farmers, and actually a lot of them doesn't even have capacity to eat rice.
Really?
Yeah.
So how do they survive all this time?
They survive on
tapioca.
Tapioca,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
tapioca.
Okay.
They are farmers and they plant some rubber trees basically and some vegetable. That's all. Yeah, they are very poor, and a lot of them, their income is less than 50 ringgit.
Okay, let's ask the treasurer. She looks at the profit and loss balance sheet and all. So how do you rate the buying power, the income? We're talking about not even having rice, so they would not even have, let's say, money in the bank.
Yeah, of course, there's no even bank account.
So how do you see them from that
I
perspective?
think from this project, we have some enriched program too to sustain them with this project. And for my perception, I think that's why we organize this charity dinner.
Okay.
So some of the fund we channel to this project.
Okay.
And then we do receive corporate sponsor, to support. Yeah.
Okay. I know you want to, get more from the very loud color and very enterprising ladies, but we have to go for the first break. But once we are back, Nini is waiting to speak.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
So anxious.
I'm going to restrain her a bit because she's very powerful. So I'll be strong. But we want to look at Sabah Women Entrepreneurs and Professional Association, and that is sort of the benchmark for us to just go out there and do what we can to help people. So let's talk about that after a short break. It's always enlightening. The ladies beside me, they're already discussing. It's okay. I like this. Usually I'm very alone in the studio, but I feel very homely today. Nini is a very, very powerful lady. I met her during Ramadan, and even then, after all the traweh, she's still going to the gym and setting up, and she has helped network AWANI with Swepa. But I guess we're talking about a community when everyone else is looking at a bigger car or bigger house. We're talking about not even a bridge to go to their village. We're talking about maybe school children that have to go on raft just to get to school, and this will be hours before the school starts. So one association wouldn't be able to give a holistic mobility to the community. So maybe Nini, you want, because you're very powerful, so please network it straight away to the International Association.
So, we are very lucky because the first time that a member of ours approached Banker Roy and said, why not come to Sabah? Banker Roy actually said that, but Sabah, Sabah in Malaysia is a developed country. So we want somewhere that's really poor, and so there goes the hope of getting Banker Roy, right? Then in year 2013, right, there were a few of us that went to the World Marketing Summit. So we saw Banker Roy, and then there were a bunch of red jackets, just like today. We ran to the stage and said that, waited for him to be done with his talk, and we said that, can you come to Borneo? And we reword Sabah to Borneo, and he immediately said, find me 2 grandmothers and I'll go to Borneo. And we're very lucky because he chose to come to Sabah, and we are now working in partnership with so many other, like Relay, Food for the Hungry, government agencies. We are working with now CIMB Islamic. So we are also looking forward,
and corporate like TAN.
and we have also funders from outside Malaysia.
How has that changed the life of those that you have wanted to help all along?
Because they have now lights. We have now lighted, solar electrified 200 households.
Okay.
That's about 2,000 people, yeah, roughly.
What about the grandmothers?
The grandmothers, we have now three solar grandmothers.
Okay.
Because Tari Hing went the first time. Project 2, we have sent 2 grandmothers. They went to India, Tilonia, the Barefoot
6 months,
College.
right?
Yeah, 6 months. And then they trained and they came back, and the other 2 have also solar electrified and installed 200 panels.
Just to give a background to the audience, Barefoot College is where you go. You don't get diploma or degrees, but you get life skills. If you're an illiterate grandmother, they want you because you'll be the best change agent ever for your community, and you can see the visuals. And
that's the first grandmother, Tari Hing.
Okay.
And that's the reason why they actually chose illiterate grandmothers and have to be grandmothers. Because, like for me, like I'll not qualify because I'm a mother. I'll always be thinking, what are my children doing at home? Who's feeding them and all that? Because they'll be going a long way to India, right? So, and there's also a reason why they have to be women. Because based on the World Marketing Summit research, 60% of men who gain a new knowledge will actually leave their village. So women will actually stay in and contribute to their community.
With 4 powerful ladies in red, I'm not going to argue on the contribution of ladies. But jokes aside.
Yeah, that's Banker Roy's.
And then I've discussed this with even the great Prof. Yunus of Grameen Bank. And you know, 99.8% rate of return of loans of microfinancing, because the majority are ladies. You know, ladies are better managers and leaders in that sense. Correct. I have no issues with that. In fact, I support that all the way. It's just that where do we go from here? You know, you've sent a number. How many now? Three. To
because
India.
In the Indian embassy, right, have given us 2 quotas only per year.
Okay.
So per 6 months, right?
Is it because of cost or visa? Can you send more?
No, actually, because the Indian embassy has a quota. Because they are the one, the Indian government are the one that sponsors the grandmothers to India for 6 months. So they pay everything.
Correct.
So that's why, because of the quota, we are only allowed 2 per year. Yeah, basically that. So where do we go from here? Actually, this is a good question.
Yes.
We actually in Swepa, we have a vision that we want to have a barefoot college hub in Sabah, if you can do that.
If you want. We have already proposed to the Chief Minister. We can have that.
So what did the Yang Amat Berhormat Chief Minister
he's
say?
actually, he is in a positive tone, and we said we can train more instead of just 2 per year, right?
Yes.
And he even said that some projects done by government agency, when they went to launch, the solar is already not working. But this, I tell you, from the first solar, barefoot, until now, is still working.
Yes. Because you never mess around with powerful grandmothers.
Because the grandmother goes there to learn how to install, maintain, and repair.
Maintain,
that's the beauty about it, and that's the uniqueness about it.
And they do it with love.
Not
a job.
And also they impart it to the younger youths, the children. So so more people get to learn.
If we can set up a barefoot college in Sabah, then we can do the train the trainers program. And this is where we come in. We want to look for potential investor or funders to come in to support us.
And we also into our next project, like I said, we already have their home now lighted. So we now teach them how to fish, so they can earn a living. So we into Swepa is into our social entrepreneurship.
Nini, you were saying?
Yeah, so it's called the Enrich program. So moving like. So what's next? They have lights now, right? So what are they going to do with the lights? So there are 2,000 people impacted by having lights in these villages now. So Datin Jeanette have crafted the what's next to the BSP or Barefoot Solar project, where we will continue with the Enrich program, where it's now ongoing already, very preliminary, but it's already ongoing. We have orders from Canada, so we
do the sewing.
We
teach them.
So we actually introduce the socio-economic activities to them. So we start training them to do sewing, You know, later down the stage, we will start to them to how to craft candles, do candle lights and all that.
Cool.
Yeah,
And
agriculture.
from wax. Yeah.
I have to go for the last break. Time always flies with great people, especially four red ladies and powerful ones. Treasurer would have to give me the lay of the land here. We're talking about being a satellite hub to the Barefoot College in India, maybe for the Southeast Asia region. What kind of numbers are we looking at? Because nowadays, people can even give you crowdfunding over the internet if they love it. And from the rest, I just want to park this question before we go. When we come back, now they have lights, then they're connected.
Yeah.
But then scaling up is another thing.
That's right.
Knowledge is another thing. And especially for the younger generation, if you're a networking electricity, might as well you network it to broadband internet also. And that means no matter how far inland they are, they can still be so close to the outside world. And I want to go there right after this short break. I'm always humbled doing Simon for Agenda AWANI because here is a given that we look at the bottom 40. Here in Agenda Astro AWANI is a given that we look at sustainability. And in Sanjit Bankaroy, I met a very kind soul who looked at more than both. And unknown to me, the powerful ladies in red and me, we were pitching the same thing. We were pitching that why not Barefoot College in Malaysia? Yes. So I guess because he heard the same thing passionately from different sides of Malaysia, maybe that made up the ability for Sanjit Bankaroy to actually have a presence now in Malaysia. You can Google Sanjit Bankaroy, you can Google Barefoot College, but you can't Google this. I want to ask the experience. It's the first time looking at that small child being able to read books at night. It's the first time looking at grandmothers smile, how they, only 3 of them have empowered thousands of villagers that for so long have been in darkness. But now that illumination cannot just be physical, it needs to be about knowledge and enlightenment. What kind of money are we talking about to go forward? Because I'm sure many people want to help.
Okay. First of all, we are very proud to really promote this project, and we would like to know the whole Malaysia or in the region at least to know that we are the first state with this project.
Correct.
But definitely it's a challenge to us.
Yes.
In terms of funds, money, because all involve cents and dollars at the end of the day.
Correct.
So to set up the full foundation of this Barefoot project, we need like 4 million.
Okay.
So
it starts with the dinner.
It starts with the dinner.
Yes.
But
how much are you targeting from the dinner?
This dinner
With
is not the
Treasurer,
first
I only
one.
ask figures. How much are you targeting from the dinner?
Oh, we targeted at
Actually,
least.
the dinner is for our third project,
Third
Barefoot
project.
Solar
Okay,
project.
not for
That's
the
third
one. Okay.
project, not for
Already.
the
It's not the
college
first
yet.
one.
Third project is about?
The third project is to electrify
Another
village
village in
Nabawan.
Nabawan.
Another
kampung,
village. So we are continuing.
2 more villages in
Yeah.
Nabawan.
Yeah.
Using solar or different?
using
things?
solar.
Same.
So it's
Yeah.
going to be the 3.0.
3.0.
Yeah.
So you need at least
3.0.
10 million, right? For the 3 places.
Not
I'm just giving a figure.
Of course.
Yeah.
The
Why
more the
not?
better. Then the college will have a facility. If you don't
Yes.
have the land, then we can buy land, right?
Correct.
Right,
Correct.
yeah.
And not just that, you want to be the hub of Barefoot
Yes,
solar
yes,
projects
that's
for
right.
Southeast
Yeah.
Asia.
ASEAN region.
Correct.
We are not
ASEAN
just
region,
talking
yeah.
about Malaysia,
Malaysia,
because we can cater for the
Should
whole
have our
ASEAN.
neighbours in Kalimantan too.
Yes,
And
that's
cross
right.
over the range to Sarawak
Yeah,
too.
that's
and then-
right.
Sarawak
Yeah.
and also to
Brunei.
Philippines.
God knows
I
Nini
think
is
that
free
the-
enough to do
I think
that.
the most important here is the awareness. You
Yeah.
see, we Malaysian, we also not aware about this Barefoot solar
Correct.
project. You see,
Yes.
we don't know.
I do
Even
agree
our
with you.
young generation,
Yeah.
I mean our
Divine
age also, they don't
intervention.
know.
Yes.
So the most important is awareness. You see, if we go to the region, the Malaysian itself doesn't know what is this Barefoot. It's no point also. So it's very important as Malaysian. We need to know this, and then those people out there can support us. Then we can
We are
speak up
thankful
in
to
the
Astro
big
AWANI.
thing. Astro
Yeah,
AWANI
for this
help us do.
opportunity.
Try,
Yeah.
but we want
Yeah.
always to strive for better.
Yes,
That's
yeah,
right.
And
yeah.
how do we do better with Kampung Sosongan Mangandai?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Nini, you always, even your son is already more famous than me on TV because he anchors shows at such a young age. I only started after university. Networking to the world, because if people want to help, people need to see sustainability.
Yes.
It's not just having the solar and moving on, having the solar moving on.
That's right.
So the whole community, the whole 2,000.
Yeah, so if this is for a good cause, right? So I think that everyone wants to be, to be part of it, right? So if they were to invest in something, why not invest in or fund something that is already up and going and for a good cause? And if we are already getting funders from outside Malaysia, then I think that it's proven already that why not
The local ones
help,
coming. Yeah.
help your Malaysian,
Yeah.
help you, help what's going on in the.
I have to share something.
Yes, Madam President, go ahead.
We went to Manila because to learn about social entrepreneurship.
Correct.
Because we heard a talk by Tony Malato where he started Gawat Galinga Enchanted Farm.
Correct.
So from there, you know what? When we found out that there are Malaysians who are already donating to their foundation. So why not the Malaysians donate back to the country?
It's not zero-sum game.
Yes, that's right.
Sabah is the pinnacle of diversity.
That's right.
I never had such diverse ladies on set. This is the first time. But Madam President, I must ask you this before we end. If it's not on digital platform, it is out of sight nowadays.
That's right.
AWANI is no longer a TV station. We are multimedia digital platform content.
That's right.
So how do you move this on digital? She has a son who can speak very well, but I haven't seen this online and on the internet. Can we move on to that part now?
We can. Because I think, firstly, we have not thought about that. We were only engrossed in our fundraising among ourselves and our circle of friends, you know. So now with this opportunity, maybe we'll go digital. But we already, through Datin Jeanette's son, he has posted in his Facebook and also videos. And we are in Huffington Post. We are. And then because of that, some donors also donated some money to our funds.
Actually, because of the video, it has went round the world. Actually, it's globally known. A lot of people has watched it, and in fact, recently somebody from UK called me up, and she said that she works very closely with the United Nations, and because she's a Sabahan living in UK, and she saw the video, she said she wants to help.
And
this is why you got divine intervention.
We don't know what's being in AWANI today that will bring back to us. We don't know how many more villages in Sabah that it's so hard to reach that. We don't know what kind of help
we're working together with the government, like you said earlier. It's not just wanting the government to do something, but those, you know, NGOs or corporate bodies who wants to help work together with the government to make the people, the unfortunate people, the poor, have a better life.
It is not that I don't love you all, but I have to stop here. That's all the time they're giving me.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for making time all the way from Sabah to be here
so
to
much.
share all these interesting insights into we are not helpless. No matter what it is, if we find a way, we could always do better. Thanks to Swepa, at least 2,000 people in the very, very marginalized area of Sabah is now being linked back to the mainstream of development. And send in your own views through all the social media platforms that we have, or download our iOS and Android app, and you could probably watch and give your rating at the same time on your favorite mobile gadget. That's it from me. Hi to all the people under, you know, up there, not under, in Sabah, and we'll get back soon with new things. Thank you so much.